How were you able to adopt this little baby that was the famous baby in the news?
Well, we actually had gotten to the foster system about 2 years before Nadia came, and we just kept getting turned down. We were trying for older children. A baby was not even in my thoughts. And my friend called and said, Michelle, there's a baby that's been abandoned in the garbage dumpster. You really need to call. And I said, it already says there's hundreds of people who want Nadia. I don't know if I'm going to get chosen in that. And she said, no, I really think you need to call. So my husband and I, we prayed about it, called that morning, and we got a phone call that afternoon saying they had chose us that fast.
Wow.
And we were just totally blown away. And we were visiting her that night. And so it was just a really exciting time in our lives because it was just amazing. She was an amazing baby, and just fell in love with her.
When did you always plan on telling her about her birth story? I guess like making sure there's no shame in it or any drama about it. You just kind of let her know, right?
I did, because it was such a miraculous situation that I felt that how can you not tell her story? And when you already have 2 biological children, and they're always talking about, oh, when you were pregnant, what was it like? I never wanted to feel like I had to keep this quiet. And plus 2 is you walk into town in Stevensville and you're all over the news. I mean, and they wonder where'd this baby come from. I didn't have it yesterday and I didn't look pregnant. That you just share everything because it's so miraculous. And so I was going, okay, if she's with us, she's going to hear it all the time. I might as well give her every information, of course, bit by bit, because it's so much to comprehend for a little child. But she took everything, every step of what she was given, just very gracious. I mean, just like it just rolled right off of her. She wasn't, worried about it, ashamed. When one time we were at a grocery store and somebody came up and said, "Baby Grace," and she was about 4 and her little brother was about 2, and she goes, "Yeah, that's me. And did you know that I was born in a garbage dumpster, and my brother, he was in somebody's stomach?" Like, it was just like the most natural thing in the world. And so, yeah, she's always just taken it really well. And it's been her story, and she's shared it many times with kids that have been hurting and encouraged them. So she's been good.
And you saved everything. That's good.
Yeah.
All the video clips. Can't wait to see those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It
goodness.
was definitely our yearly to look it over, and so she could see her life too.
Did you feel a lot of love from the Stevensville community then? I mean, that was your home base,
Oh,
right?
yes. Lots of love. And by that time, I think we had lived there probably at least a good 8 years or so, 7 to 8 years. And so, we were very much in the community at that point in time, and people just very loving. And I tried really hard. There's probably some people who will remember when they gave a card or a gift, because there were so many, that we actually gave so much back to the foster community, because we just couldn't use everything. It was just amazing. But I tried as much as I could, if I had an address, to write a little card with her picture in it so that they could have it. So I'm sure some people probably kept her picture too and said, this baby, I know this baby. Yeah.
They probably kind of surrounded you guys a little bit, protect our little baby Grace. Yeah. Because I think I remember the media backed off, like, I'm sure we could figure it out, but let's just not.
Right.
Let her be a baby.
It was very nice, because it is a little overwhelming at first too, and a responsibility of feeling, very protective of Nadia.
You don't want someone to come and nab her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever thought much about the biological contributions to her life?
I've always tried to just kind of help her, guide her in that, and I'll always ask questions, especially with my son being adopted, as well as we encouraged her, like, if you want to find out your DNA, whoever you want to talk to about it, we've always just really encouraged her, because it's her story. It's not like she was dropped from the sky. She does have traits and her beautifulness from somebody, and you know, just all those things. So you try and guide her in those. But at the same time, I think I've had more people say she looks like me than my biological children.
She does look like you.
Yeah. I'm like, I had to adopt in order for one of my kids to look
like
me,
right?
Yeah. Very
awesome. True. And do you think that because you are in a church and your husband's a minister, that helped guide her through all this information?
I think it did. I really, truly think it did, because, you know, God says He has a purpose for your life, and not everything in your life goes beautifully and it's like a perfect song, but there are key things that happen to you and you can see His hand on your life, and this is one of them. And He started out her life in a miraculous way, and it became a miraculous life for us too, because we got her. So
I was going to say, you were blessed.
Yes.
By this.
Amazingly.
So how's she going to be when she grows up? What are your hopes for her?
Let's see. I hope that she finds whatever God has planned for her, that it's not what I want for her, but what she feels like is her path to go, whether it being a nurse. We've just said, you know, go with your passions in the sense of what your job is going to be in life. And she has a real gift for listening to people and hearing them and encouraging them. And she has strangers who talk to her and tell her their life stories, and she's just like, why did they tell me that? But she just has a gift. She really does.
So that first hour of life did not define who she is
now? No. It actually probably enhanced who she is. And so,
compassionate kid.
Mm-hmm, very.
Yeah.
Yeah.